Welcome back to the Deep Dive. Today we're plunging into a truly extraordinary life story, one that weaves together threads of incredible hardship and unconventional love and, well, a profound spiritual awakening. It's a journey that really challenges us to look closely at resilience, fate, and maybe the ripple effects of our actions.
Indeed. And our source material for this deep dive is quite a remarkable case study. It details the life of one woman and her family, primarily from Thailand,
Okay.
and it presents this series of really challenging life events, but also offers these insightful karmic explanations for, well, for each of them. It's a compelling look at cause and effect.
It really is. So our mission today isn't just to, retell her story, but to really dig in, extract the wisdom from her experiences, and explore those karmic insights. See why things might have unfolded this way.
Exactly, understanding the connections.
And trust me, you won't believe how her love story begins. It involves what she calls love letters by the trash can.
That part is quite something.
Okay, so let's unpack this. We start with her family living in just extreme poverty. Chachoengsao province in Thailand.
Right. And their home was just this tiny shack, sort of squeezed between much larger houses.
Yeah, which led neighbors to call them the beggar family. That's harsh.
It is. And apparently the father, despite having very little income, he had this knack, this kind of desperate skill for haggling for food,
No.
often getting it free or almost free.
But not always politely received, right?
Right. No, often with verbal abuse. Things like, take it, you beggars. Just awful.
So what's the karmic angle here? Because that seems incredibly specific.
It is. And what's fascinating, according to the source, is the karmic explanation given. In a past life, the same family had apparently been quite stingy.
Oh, wow.
And they often looked down on the poor, even calling them beggars. So this past verbal and, mental karma, the attitude, the words, it directly manifested as their current situation. They experienced what they dished out.
That's a powerful illustration. So despite the poverty, they had 6 children.
6 children, yes. 4 girls, 2 boys. Our subject, the woman whose story this is, she's the 3rd daughter.
And initially, her father wasn't like the neighbors perceived him. He was hardworking.
That's right. Initially described as responsible, helping his parents make firecrackers, driving a truck, trying to provide.
Yeah.
But then things took a really dark turn.
Okay, what happened? What shifted?
Well, the source points to him losing that truck driving job after basically a month of heavy drinking and womanizing.
Ah,
And that seemed to be the trigger. He spiraled into chronic alcoholism and became terribly abusive.
abusive how?
Regularly beating his wife once so badly she had internal bleeding, chasing his daughter, our subject, with a knife.
With a knife. Her own father.
Yes, and even kicking family pets to death, dogs, cats, spearing chickens, just uncontrolled violence fueled by alcohol.
That's horrific.
And there was this one incredibly disturbing incident. He approached his daughter, drunk, saying, "Today I will take my daughter as my wife." Thankfully, the mother intervened, and he was apparently full of remorse the next day, but the trauma was inflicted.
And how did his life end? It sounds like such a painful existence.
Tragically, he committed suicide by hanging himself at age 60. This was apparently after helping a friend cremate someone they believed was a ghost.
So the source connects this back to karma, too. The violence, the suicide.
It does. It suggests multifaceted roots.
Yeah.
Past acts of killing animals, pintipapada.
Right, intentional killing.
Yes. And also destructive verbal karma, bhaktikama. From a past life where he apparently used to tell people who were down on their luck to go hang themselves.
Wow, so those words came back to him.
It seems so, creating that predisposition. The source even mentions his current state suffering in the first great hell, undergoing repeated torment.
That's intense. Is there any hope mentioned?
There is a glimmer. Any merit, like prayers or good deeds, done for him by his family now will be waiting for him in what's called the Yamaloka, a kind of transitional realm when he's eventually released from that great hell. So, merit still counts.
Okay. It shows the persistence of connection, even then. Now, the mother's story.
Yeah.
Equally harrowing, you mentioned.
Absolutely. While pregnant with our subject, she had 0 money. And then labor starts.
Oh, no.
She has to single-handedly row herself across the Bang Pakong River, a wide river, while in labor.
You're kidding. How is that even possible?
And then a storm hits. Her little boat gets trapped in a swirling vortex for an hour. She was terrified, in agony, convinced she was going to die right there.
I can't even imagine.
In that moment of just utter desperation, she remembered and prayed to Luang Por Sod, a revered monk, and miraculously, the source says, the boat just stopped spinning. She survived.
Why did she survive that, karmically speaking? And why was the birth so hard?
Survival was attributed to her lack of intent to cause death in past actions, plus merit she'd already made with the Dhamma community. But the difficult delivery itself, that was linked to a past life. Apparently, in an agricultural society, she'd neglected pregnant animals, left them exposed to the elements, and they got sick and died. That neglect came back as her own difficult, dangerous childbirth.
It really highlights the interconnectedness, doesn't it? Even neglect has consequences.
Absolutely. But the hardship didn't stop when she reached the shore.
What happened then?
She gets to the midwife, finally, and is turned away. No money.
After all that...
Yes.
Yeah.
Eventually, a kind fisherman nearby borrowed money so she could have the baby delivered.
Thank goodness for him. But the mother, she held this against the daughter.
It seems so. She frequently told our subject, "You caused me so much trouble I nearly died. I really hate this child," and would literally turn her back on her, even though the daughter supported her diligently her whole life.
That must have been heartbreaking for the daughter. Why such persistent resentment?
Well, the source clarifies the mother didn't truly hate her deep down, but it suggests the daughter's past merit, specifically in supporting relatives and parents, was insufficient to completely overcome some past negative interaction or debt between them.
So what's the advice? Just keep trying.
Basically, yes, continue the good deeds, keep supporting relatives, accumulate more merit, and make strong aspirations, strong wishes to resolve this dynamic in this life and future ones. It emphasizes that transforming deep-seated relationship karma can take sustained effort.
Wow. And the daughter's childhood, more trials.
Oh, yes. At just 11, she's working as a domestic helper for $80 a month, pennies.
11.
And when she quits, without telling her parents first, they were furious.
Okay, understandable they'd be upset, but...
Their reaction was extreme. In their anger, they threw her into a deep pond.
They threw her in a pond.
Yes, she nearly drowned, only saved because her grandmother happened to be passing by and jumped in to rescue her.
That's almost unbelievable cruelty from parents. Is there a karmic link there too?
A very direct one, according to the source. It turns out that in her own youth, our subject had playfully but repeatedly thrown dogs and cats into a pond. She always pulled them out before they drowned, but it was still reckless, causing fear. So that act manifested as her parents doing the same to her, a taste of her own medicine in a terrifying way. Teaches empathy the hard way.
It really underscores that what goes around comes around idea, even for childhood actions.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's shift gears. Part 2. Love, marriage, loss. This is where the trash can comes in.
This is it. So she leaves home at 11, works as a maid, then a factory worker. Then at 26, she ends up working in the Middle East.
Okay.
Life there was very restrictive. Women wore black head to toe, couldn't go out alone. Migrant workers like her were mostly confined to their homes. She worked a whole year with zero contact from her family back home. Imagine the isolation.
Terrible. So how did the letter happen?
A kind Thai housekeeper saw her loneliness and felt pity. She suggested writing a simple note. Name, address, and "I don't have a boyfriend yet. Write to me." The housekeeper placed this note by a trash can, a kind of message in a bottle, Middle East edition.
Incredible. Did anything happen?
A month later, a reply was found by the same trash can.
Your way.
Yes, it just said, "I'd be happy to be your brother."
A start.
A start indeed.
Yeah.
For a whole year, they exchanged letters like this every 3 days, ended up with a sack full of letters.
Wow. So they built a whole relationship through hidden letters. Did they ever meet?
Finally, yes. They arranged to meet by both pretending to throw out trash at the same time. They just exchanged names. She was Non-Mew, he was P-Dom, and a smile. That was it.
That's movie stuff. Taking out the trash becomes a romantic rendezvous.
Exactly. It gives it a whole new meaning.
So karmically, why such a bizarre yet effective way to meet?
Well, the source says they were actually husband and wife in past lives. They'd met and fallen in love before in different ways and created shared merit. That connection drew them together again.
So the trash can was just the circumstance.
Exactly. Just the unlikely stage for their destined reunion. The real connection was their past karma together, not karma related to garbage.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, so what happened next? She returns to Thailand.
Yes. Her contract ends in 1986. She goes back. And P-Dom, the machinery engineer, wastes no time, sends a letter proposing marriage.
By letter, after meeting via trash can letters. Consistent.
Right. Her mother, though, was skeptical, scoffed, who marries someone proposing by letter from nowhere?
Understandable reaction, maybe.
But P-Dom flew in from the Middle East specifically to marry her, and they got married in a single day. Traditional wrist tying ceremony, done.
Wow, he was serious. But challenges continued, you said. His family.
Yes, his family in Songkhla, down south, didn't accept her. His father even gave him an ultimatum. Choose the family or choose your wife.
Oof. What did he say?
His response was powerful. I choose both. Stood his ground.
Good for him. But the separation, that continued.
It did. He had to go back to the Middle East for work. He could only visit once a year for about a month.
That's tough for a new marriage.
Very tough. And during his long absences, she went back to her hometown, Chachoengsao, and faced just immense grief. She went through 3 pregnancies
Right.
and tragically lost a total of 4 children.
4 children. Oh, that's heartbreaking. Can you walk us through what happened?
The first pregnancy, she was 8 months along, slipped and fell, led to premature birth, and the baby died. And oddly, during that pregnancy, she craved only durian and Pepsi. Nothing else.
Just those 2 things.
Yeah.
Strange. And the second.
Second pregnancy, 7 months in, doctors wanted to deliver early because her blood pressure shot up dangerously high, like 200.
That's stroke territory.
Exactly. Despite the risk to her own life, she consented to surgery, saying she'd rather die if it meant the baby lived. But when they operated, they found the baby had already passed away in the womb.
Oh, devastating. After being willing to sacrifice herself.
And then the third pregnancy, at 6 months, strange things started happening. She unknowingly passed bits of hair, nails, teeth, bone, even flesh through her birth canal.
What on earth?
Doctors later discovered she'd been pregnant with twins, a boy and a girl. The girl had died in the womb, causing those remains. The boy was delivered by C-section, put in an incubator for a month, but he also passed away.
I have no words. That's an almost unimaginable amount of loss. How does the source explain this karmically, the losses, the separation from her husband?
It connects back again to a past life, specifically in an agricultural society. She was a merchant who apparently bought and sold animals frequently,
Right.
including young ones, separating them from their mothers, their families, sometimes for slaughter. That karma of causing separation.
Ah, so separating others led to her experiencing separation.
Yes, separation from her children through death and separation from her husband through distance. And it was combined with another past life karma. When she had been a man, she was apparently quite promiscuous, having wives in different towns and abandoning them. That also contributed to the marital separation and instability.
And the weird cravings. Durian and Pepsi.
The source suggests that was likely due to the child's past life connection or familiarity with those specific sweet tastes. A little echo from a past existence.
Is there any hope mentioned for her having children?
Sadly, given her age by this point, the source indicates it would be very difficult. The recommendation offered is for her to channel her maternal energy differently, perhaps being like a mother to others, like her niece.
Find other ways to nurture and create that positive karma.
Exactly.
Now, adding insult to injury, she finds out her husband has mistresses.
Yes, multiple mistresses back in the Middle East. The heartbreak was so intense it manifested physically. She developed heart disease.
Understandable. The stress must have been immense.
And then one of the mistresses actually called her to harass her.
Called the wife. That's bold and cruel.
It is. And our subject, in just utter pain and anger, cursed her back. Wished the mistress would lose everything, always be a main wife with a cheating husband, and that her daughter would always end up a mistress. Really harsh words.
Wow. And the mistress's reaction?
Bizarrely, she just said, thank you.
Strange. But that cursing, that creates bad karma for our subject, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Even if provoked.
Absolutely. The source is clear on that. While the anger is understandable, the act of cursing generates negative verbal karma. It harms oneself, essentially.
So the advice is?
Let go of the anger. If the mistress were to call again, just be indifferent. Don't engage, don't fuel it, protect your own peace, break the cycle.
Easier said than done, but crucial for her own well-being. Okay, so amidst all this darkness, poverty, abuse, loss, betrayal, there's a turning point.
Yes, a really significant one. In 2004, a neighbor saw her suffering and persuaded her to get a Dhamma satellite dish, specifically the Dhammataya channel DMC.
A satellite dish for Buddhist teaching.
Exactly. Broadcasts, Dhamma talks, meditation guidance, chanting. The neighbor suggested it might help her escape the harassment, find some peace.
And did it work?
Remarkably fast. Within just 2 weeks of watching, her physical health improved dramatically, her mental state shifted, and her heart disease significantly lessened.
2 weeks. That's amazing. What was it about the teachings?
It seems the consistent exposure to Dhamma principles, impermanence, karma, the causes of suffering, helped her reframe everything. Understanding why things might be happening shifted her from feeling like a victim. And her meditation practices likely calmed her mind and body, reducing the stress fueling the heart condition.
It really shows the power of understanding and practice,
Hmm.
and this transformation spread.
It did. She immediately called her husband in the Middle East, told him about the temple, the channel.
Was he receptive?
Initially skeptical, yeah, but then, maybe through her merit or his own ripening karma, he stumbled upon the DMC channel himself by chance.
Wow.
He watched for several days and it just clicked. He gained a deep understanding of Dhamma, became much more understanding towards his wife, and then he became an active Dhamma spreader himself.
In the Middle East.
Yes, he ended up inspiring over 200 households there to connect with the channel and the teachings.
That's an incredible ripple effect from one person's healing. Amazing.
Truly shows how one person's transformation can ignite change in many others.
The source also mentions other family members, right? Like her niece's brother.
Yes, it touches on him briefly. He faced constant business failures, got defrauded of a large sum, 3 million baht, and had a near-fatal car accident.
Another string of misfortunes. Karmic reasons.
Limited generosity in past lives, leading to financial struggles, past acts of fraud coming back as him being defrauded, and past panipada, harming life, contributing to the accident.
So the solution for him is?
Stop gambling, practice generosity consistently, uphold moral precepts, and meditate. Build new, positive causes.
Makes sense. And her niece, the one she saved from abortion and raised for a while.
Their connection is rooted in past lives. They were relatives who supported each other before. So our subject helping her niece now is creating merit that ensures she'll receive support from others in the future. It's past kindness returning and present kindness generating future good.
A cycle of mutual support across lifetimes. That's lovely.
It is.
Finally, let's talk about that group in the Middle East, the 200-plus households her husband inspired. What's their collective karmic situation?
They've all created significant merit with the Dhamma community, primarily as provisioners, meaning supporters.
Okay.
The source notes they often made aspirations or wishes based on fleeting emotions in the past. This caused them to sometimes meet, sometimes be separated across different lives.
So their connection wasn't consistently strong.
Not always strongly directed towards spiritual goals together. So now that they've reconnected through the Dhamma channel, the advice is crucial. Strive to accumulate merit fully, generosity, morality, meditation, and make very clear, strong aspirations to follow the Dhamma community together.
To where specifically?
To Dusitbury, which is described as a special high celestial realm, a sort of waiting room for bodhisattvas and advanced practitioners, ensuring they aren't separated again on their spiritual path.
Aiming high together.
Exactly. And the blessings mentioned for them include things like abundant, endless wealth, both material and spiritual, and attaining deeper understanding of Dhamma.
What an incredible deep dive. From the depths of poverty and suffering, labeled a beggar family, to finding this bizarre, beautiful love connection, enduring so much loss, and then finding spiritual solace that radiates outwards to help hundreds. It's quite a story.
It truly is. It highlights that intricate web of karma, doesn't it? How past actions, good and bad, really do shape our present. But crucially, it also shows the power we have now. The power to understand these connections, to actively cultivate merit, make different choices, and genuinely transform our future, overcoming adversity. It's not just about fate, it's about understanding fate and actively working with it.
Taking ownership, like you said.
Exactly.
So it leaves us thinking, what connections in your own life, maybe the challenging ones, maybe the joyful ones, might have roots in causes we don't immediately see? And perhaps more importantly, what impact did one single act of kindness, maybe one moment of clarity or seeking understanding, or even, who knows, a metaphorical letter left by a trash can, have on your future and the future of those around you?
That's the question to ponder, the potential ripple effect.
Something to definitely reflect on. Thank you for joining us on this deep dive.